Welcome back. So we move to the next pillar now, which is the fourth one, calculation. So we'll go back to our report view. So now calculation is where we create all the mail in Power BI. So now if I want to do calculation, I like to put all my calculated table. I like to put them in one table. I like to put them in one table. So the first thing I do before I start any calculation in Power BI is to create a table for them, which I will name all mayor. How do I do that? Just go to modeling, or enter data, click here, enter data, then rename the table, and you can give it the name you want to name it. So now for me, I'm going to name it all mayor. Then you load it. So it will create a table, and this is where I will be doing all the calculation. This is where I'll be doing all the calculation for my for this particular report. So now you can see now we don't have anything here. So whatever I want to create now, whatever calculation that I want to do now, it will be done on this particular table. So the first calculation, the first thing that I want to do now is to create sales amount. If you see now that we don't have sales amount here, we have the unit, you have the unit price, you have the quantity, but we don't have sales amount in this particular sales table. So how do I create my sales amount? How do I get my sales amount? So I will just do some simple calculation in Power BI here. So how to just do sales amount, then also total budget and sales versus budget. So the first thing that I'm going to do is my sales amount. So how do I do that? All you need to do is to go to where your calculation table, then click on it, right click on it, and it will give you this drop down. Then click on new mail. You click on new mail. So now, what is the name of this calculation that I want to do? What is the name of this mail that I want to, what do I want to do? Sales amount. So you write sales amount, so equals to. So now for Power BI, I'm going to be using a sum function for it. So if I use sum function, it will only accept just one column. But now I want to sum, I want to bring like 3 column into this 2 column. Okay, 3 column. So now if I use sum function, it will not accept, it will only accept just one column. So what I'm going to do now is sum x. I'm going to use sum x, which will give me all the column that I want to sub together. Sales, the table, this is the table, the data set table, then comma, into brackets, that's the quantity, the sales quantity. Just this is sale quantity multiplied by sales price. Just write the unit sales price, then minus discount, minus discount, yes, minus discount sales, discount amount. So this is just how to calculate our sales amount here. So that is sum x, sales quantity multiplied by unit price. We have a discount amount here, table there. So we have a discount amount column in that particular data set. So minus the discount amount, just click, you mark it, or you click enter, it will automatically give us our sales amount. This is our sales amount. So this is our sales amount. It has created a mail for straight sales amount. So the second mail that I want to create now is total budget. Total budget. How do I calculate my total budget? Here in a budget table, I have this. Okay, this particular column, I want to rename it as value, not sales. It's actually value. So I've renamed it. So now, our total budget now, I want to calculate our total budget. How do I do that? So what you are going to do again is go to your all measure table, then create new measure. Then total budget equals to sum of the value amount. It will sum all the value together. That is our total budget. Now it has created our total budget. Now that's our total budget. That's another measure that I calculated in our calculated field. Now the next thing that I want to calculate now is sales versus budget. Sales versus budget. So now create another measure, sales versus budget. Sales versus budget. Sales versus budget equals to, that's divide sales amount, comma, then total budget. That's our sales versus budget. So we've created our sales versus budget now. We've created our sales versus budget. So that is how to do calculation. This is just a basic way of doing calculation in Power BI. You can do count of, you can do sum, you can multiply, you can do various things in calculation in Power BI. You can do various calculation in Power BI. The calculation that you can do in Excel, you can also do it in Power BI. Just make sure that what do you want to achieve. The first thing is, what do I want to, what do I want to see in my, what are the KPI I want to see in my report? What are the things I want to see in my report? So these are the things that will lead you to what the actual calculation that you want to do. What are the, before you do any calculation, just write all the KPI that you want to see in your report. Then this will lead you to what you actually want, what you want to calculate. And before I forget, I want to create a calendar table. How do I create a calendar table in Excel, in Power BI? What you need to do is go to data modeling, then click on data modeling, click on new table. Once you click on new table, it will take us to this place. And then what is the name of the table you want to create? That's a date table. Date table. I want to create a date table equals to calendar auto. Don't click this, click calendar auto. It will automatically, and then close the bracket. It will automatically calendar auto, and it will automatically give us, it will create the calendar table for our data set. It will automatically create the calendar table for our data set, and we can link this together with the two data sets. So you click OK, and if you go to data view to check the calendar table, you will see that it has created it. So this is our calendar date, which is date table. You can see now it has created the date table for us, and you can link this calendar table, you can link it together, with your other table, with the sales table, and you can see now it has automatically created the relationship between them. You can see this now. It has created a relationship between these two tables. So that is how to do calculation in Power BI. And these are just the basic steps of doing calculation in Power BI. And also how to create date table in Power BI.